On a motorbike blew himself up near the entrance. There were no reports of casualties among coalition troops. Security in Kabul has been tightened as supporters of an anti-Taliban leader mark 11 years since his assassination. Young Irish people at home and across the world are being invited by President Michael D. Higgins to play an active part in shaping Ireland's future. The President formally opened the first of a series of workshops today as part of his Being Young and Irish initiative.
Taking charge of change. In his inaugural address last year, President Michael D. Higgins announced his intention to hold a number of seminars to allow young people explore and debate their vision for the future. The theme of the initiative was originally going to be Being Young in Ireland. President Higgins changed it to Being Young and Irish, to include the thousands of young people living abroad. Today, 100 people aged between 17 and 26 spent the day exploring and debating their vision for Ireland's future, and they had plenty of ideas.
My own area of interest would be in language, culture and heritage. I think as a nation, without those, we have nothing.
I would like to see acceptance and equality as a given, that we shouldn't have to fight for it, that it should be learned in skills, that teachers are teaching primary kids, that there should be no barriers to anyone.
3 more workshops will take place in Cork, Monaghan and Galway.
The young people are defining the alternative. That's what they're doing. I'm very confident of the way to come out. From what I've seen so far, the signs are very good, very exciting.
The top 5 topics discussed at today's session were equality, including gay marriage and gender, accountability among government leaders and people working in finance, a holistic approach to education, mental health and suicide awareness, and the importance of our language, history and arts. The closing date for submissions is September 29th. Young people can share their views at president.ie/young and Irish. Sheila Martin, RTE News.
So today for the sports news.
Thanks, Kate. Ireland have narrowly missed out on adding to the medal haul at the Paralympics. In the last half hour, Darragh MacDonald went in the final of the S6 100 metres freestyle event. He finished just outside the medal positions in 4th place. James Scully goes shortly in the final of the S5 100 metres. Staying with events in London, and by the high standards of earlier in the week, it has not been the best of days for the Irish cyclists. On Brands Hatch, Eamon Hall reports.
Brands Hatch has been good to the Irish. Today, though, no medals, only respectable performances. In the women's tandem road race, Ireland were represented by 2 pairings. Catherine Walsh and Fran Leahan, who previously won silver and bronze at these games, were joined on the starting line by Katie George Dunleavy and Sandra Fitzgerald. Over the 80 kilometres, Canada and Spain broke away from the main group, so it became a chase for bronze. Dunleavy and Fitzgerald led out the sprint, but they were edged out. 5th place for them, 9th for Walter Leahan.
I'm obviously that the whole thing is finished, but I'm happy enough that I ride. That wouldn't be our kind of strongest event, so it was nice to be in the race that we're going to the grand.
In the men's tandem race, James Brown and Damien Cho were to the fore in the early stages, but a puncture and mechanical problems forced them out after only 32 kilometres of the 104-kilometre race. So no joy for the Irish here today in Brands Hatch. Tomorrow the closing ceremony of the London Paralympic Games and the countdown to Rio can officially begin. Eamon Horan, RTE News, Brands Hatch.
The highlight of a big day racing at Leopardstown was the Red Mills Irish Champion Stakes. The British riders came in strength, chief among them Frankie Dettori and Smith.
The Champion Stakes prize has tended to stay at home in recent years. Foreign challengers haven't wrestled it out of Irish hands since 2003. But this evening, 2 British challengers did lead the way, with Nathaniel and Snow Fairy dominating the market. St Nicholas Abbey for Ballydoyle carried Irish hopes. In the closing stages, Frankie Dettori, who made a rapid trip by helicopter from Haydock, showed the rush was more than worth his while, and the trainer Ed Dunlop.
And St Nicholas Abbey and it's Snow Fairy, runner up a year ago. She's in front by almost a length from Nathaniel. St Nicholas Abbey staying up, but Snow Fairy's going to win the 7th one. Snow Fairy wins it. Nathaniel 2nd. St Nicholas Abbey 3rd.
And you wouldn't Billy with a bigger heart?
Not many. I mean, Richie Board, she was a superstar, but she's up there with the very best. And I mean, Ed and his team and the vets, you know, to get her back after that serious injury and to still retain the the will to win and the talent is unheard of. It doesn't happen very often.
There was Group 1 drama earlier as Duncan lost the race in the stewards' room, so he will assess those attraction might be for a dramatic Group 1 matron stakes. And then Lord will sit and suffer on the big Watchman train Dublin, waiting for the gaps to come, and there was a degree of scrummaging on the line. The stewards' inquiry was immediately called, and just before the next race it was announced the placings had been reversed. Elsewhere this afternoon, Society Rock lifted the Betfred Sprint Cup at Haydock between Spanshaw and Kieran Fallon. One Chance and Balance started the box walk inside the 2 furlong pole and held on well despite the challenge of Irish raider Gordon Lord Byron. Joe Stack, RTE News.
Robbie Brady has been called into the Republic of Ireland squad for Tuesday's friendly game with Oman. James McLean, meanwhile, has again taken to Twitter to apologise for his tweet after the Republic of Ireland's win over Kazakhstan last night. He described last night's tweet as stupid and disrespectful. McLean said he was fuming on a personal level after the game. And John O'Shea has admitted the Irish team were fortunate to open the campaign with a win.
We're not kidding ourselves. We got very lucky here tonight, and it would have been a huge embarrassment if we didn't get the 3 points. Let alone, with a few minutes to go, you're thinking we'd be happy with a point, but when we did get the goal, a few of the lads are shouting themselves, we were trying to get a winner here, and thankfully we did.
Scotland's World Cup campaign in Group A opened with a scoreless draw with Serbia at Hampden Park. Alan McGregor made an important save late in the game, and in stoppage time James Forrest had a chance to win it, but it finished scoreless. Scotland's next game is at home to Macedonia on Tuesday. Rory McIlroy goes out in the next hour on day 3 of the BMW Championship. The 400 par second round of 68 has left him 1 stroke off the lead at the halfway stage on 1200 par. Tiger Woods and Ryan Moore are also 12 under. The lead is held by Vijay Singh on 13. 4 players are tied for the lead on 12 under after day 3 of the Dutch Open in Hilversum. Pablo Razabal shot a 6 under par 64 today to go to 12 under. He's joined at the top by countryman Gonzalo Fernandez Castano, along with Scotland's Scott Jameson and England's Graham Stone. Simon Thornton is the best of the Irish on 7 under after a 16. The rugby and Leinster's game with the Dragons is just underway in the Rapid Electoral 12. Ospreys at Ulster kicks off at 6:30. On the international stage, New Zealand have maintained a 100% record in the Rugby Championship, beating Argentina by 21 points to 5. Corey Jane was one of 2 All Blacks try scorers, and Australia beat South Africa by 26 points to 19. A late try from Ben Alexander was to be decisive. It was Australia's first win of the championship. As expected, Michael Rice will miss tomorrow's All-Ireland hurling final. His place in the Kilkenny team has gone to Richie Hogan. Anthony Cunningham has brought in Cyril Donlan, and for Conor Cooney, it is of course the second meeting of the 2012 championship between the sides.
Obviously we'll have to look at everything and prepare as well as we possibly can, and like everybody else, we'll look at quality and see what we can do about it. But the challenge is great. We had a good day against Tipperary in the semi-final, but our opponents the next leg all really outheld us and the Leinster final.
We're there on merit, but the only team is unbeaten in this year's championship. We have the ability to beat Kilkenny. We prove that we're going to have to be at our best to beat. There's never a bad Kilkenny team. There's no bad player in any position. They're fantastic at getting scores right through the team. So you expect that no matter who you're playing, and we have to be at our best to win, but we have the ability.
Staying with Gaelic games, and Malachy O'Rourke has today been appointed manager of the Monaghan senior footballers in Burr. Eamon Ryan's Cork booked the place in the 7th TG Cahir All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship final in 8 seasons. The Rebel women had a comfortable 9-point victory over Monaghan at St Brendan's Park on a 2-15 to 12-point scoreline. Rona Lee Bukala and Nullik Cleary with the all-important goals. The holders will face Kerry in the All-Ireland final on September 30th, and what will be a repeat of the Munster final. Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka will have to wait until tomorrow until they meet in the final of the women's singles at the US Open. Organised